All right, today we're going to break down something pretty wild. It's a sales strategy that's built not on speed, but on extreme patience. We are unpacking the entire architecture behind an email campaign that takes 2 full years to finish. And really, it all comes back to this one big question. In a world of cold leads and just so much digital noise, how do you build a genuine connection with someone you've never even spoken to? Well, this campaign is one company's very bold answer. We managed to get our hands on the entire blueprint. Yeah, we're talking about a 50 email sequence, all pre-written, all automated, and all designed to take someone who's a total stranger and build a real, trusting relationship. And here's the kicker. It's not a week, not a month. It's designed to do this over 2 entire years. I mean, talk about a masterclass in playing the long game. Okay, so let's dive into this master plan. How in the world is this thing structured? How does it actually turn cold leads into warm conversations without, being super pushy? So what are the building blocks here? Well, it all boils down to 50 distinct pre-written messages. You should think of them as 50 carefully crafted steps, and each one has its own purpose and its own timing. And the timeline? Get this, a staggering 2 years. We're talking nearly 800 days. Right from the get-go, this makes it super clear. This isn't about some quick sale. Nope. This is about the slow, methodical process of actually earning someone's trust. So for anyone who's not familiar with the term, this is what's called a drip campaign. It's basically an automated series of messages sent out over time. But as we're about to see, it's the psychology behind this one that makes it so different. So this whole campaign is broken down into 3 phases. And phase 1, it's not about selling a house or closing a deal, not at all. The only goal is just to start a super simple, easy conversation. And you can totally see that sense of urgency right here in the timeline. I mean, in the first month alone, there are 6 touch points. The system is working overtime to make that initial connection happen fast, before the lead just goes completely cold. Just look at the language here in this early email. It's not asking for a meeting, it's not asking for a call, it's just asking a simple, open-ended, and really positive question. What's your better? And that right there is the key technique. The whole goal is to get a reply that takes almost 0 effort. Think about it. Answering a question like that, it takes a few seconds, but bam, it opens the door to a real human conversation. So here's another one, just from day 8. It completely validates the person's experience by saying every journey is different. It basically says, hey, it doesn't matter if you're just kicking tires or ready to buy today. The psychology behind this is brilliant. It's all about removing every ounce of pressure. By normalizing whatever stage they're in, it makes them feel understood and way more likely to actually hit reply. Okay, so once the conversation gets going, how does the campaign build on that? Well, that brings us to phase 2. And this is where the goal totally shifts from just asking questions to actively building trust. This slide really shows the central pivot of the whole campaign. You see, in phase 1, it was all about asking, but now in phase 2, it flips completely to giving value, sharing expertise. The whole dynamic of the relationship just changes on a dime. And this trust, it's built on 4 key pillars. So the emails start offering up insider knowledge, things like off-market properties. They start providing clarity, cutting through all the noise and confusion. They curate really useful info, like local market updates. And they share success stories to build confidence. This is really where the sender proves they know their stuff. But, okay, what happens when someone just goes silent, like for months or even a year? That's where phase 3 comes in. The long game. This is the part designed specifically to re-engage people after a long silence. And you can see the change in strategy plain as day on this timeline. I mean, we've gone from getting emails every few days to now entire months are passing between them. We're way past the 1-year mark at this point, and the campaign is still just patiently waiting. And the tone, it shifts too. It becomes incredibly empathetic. Look at this email. It flat out says that life happens, plans change. It says, that's totally okay, which, let's be honest, is such a powerful message. It respects the person's own timeline. So really, the whole point of this phase is just to stay top of mind without being a pest, right? It's a gentle, persistent presence that makes sure when the time is finally right for the buyer, this is the first person they think of. Okay, so when you put this all together, what's the core principle that makes this entire two-year thing actually work? Well, it all boils down to a really deep understanding of the psychology of patients. So let's boil this all down to four key takeaways. First, you've got automated persistence. The system creates this perfect, consistent presence without anyone having to lift a finger. Second, the relationship makes that strategic shift from asking for stuff to giving value, and that's how it builds authority. Third, every single message is designed to be totally low pressure. It takes away that fear of replying. And finally, the entire thing is built on one simple idea: respecting the buyer's timeline, no matter how long it takes. It really proves that patience pays off. And nothing captures this whole philosophy better than the very last email, the one sent around day 800. It straight up says, hey, this is the end of the automated series, but it frames it as an open invitation. It's not a goodbye, it's the door is always open. Which, of course, leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In a world that wants everything yesterday, this campaign bets it all on the long game. And it makes you wonder, is this kind of automated patience the new blueprint for building real human trust?